All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. I do pray everybody is very blessed. As usual, guys, I've been addicted to this San Pellegrino. I know. It's owned by Nestle. I know. It's probably got fluoride in it, guys. I know. But you know what? Right now, it's my weakness, okay? So cheers to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. God bless everybody. As usual, if we can get 1,000 likes within the first 30 minutes of the stream, this time I'll be giving away $500 worth of Bitcoin. And guys, we have some interesting news today. This is breaking right now. Turns out that our good friend who actually has, although he's hurt a lot of people here in the Casper crew, he has helped us many times enter into very juicy short trades. It turns out that our good friend, Upside Down Sam Bankman-Fried, is currently being charged with bribing Chinese officials. Isn't that interesting? So now he's facing a new 13-count indictment from authorities in the United States. Very interesting. He doesn't look too happy about that in this cartoon rendition. And turns out that the founder and former CEO, Sam Bankman Fried Chicken, or SBF, is facing a new 13-court indictment from authorities in the United States. According to a court filing by the United States Attorney Damian Williams, one of the new SBF charges includes an alleged $40 million bribe to a Chinese government official in a new superseding indictment. In Section 105 of the filing, the complainant claims that SBF and other related parties directed and caused the transfer of at least approximately $40 million in cryptocurrency intended for the benefit of one or more Chinese government officials. According to the allegations, the transaction was made in order to influence and induce Chinese officials to unfreeze cryptocurrency accounts at FTX's affiliate firm Alameda. Our good friend Caroline. The accounts reportedly held more than $1 billion worth of cryptocurrency. According to the filing, Chinese law enforcement authorities froze certain Alameda accounts with two of China's largest cryptocurrency exchanges in or around early 2021. The FTX founder was aware of the freeze and tried numerous methods to unfreeze the accounts, including attempting to transfer crypto to fraudulent accounts in an effort to circumvent China's freeze orders. This is interesting. I don't really have an opinion on it. And if I did, I don't even know if it's a YouTube-friendly opinion, guys. But, nonetheless, this is what's going on. So, oh snap, we've got lag and delay. Oh man. Lag and delay. Oh, that's a huge bummer. Oh, that's a bummer, you know. Lag and delay. Lag and delay. Woo. All right, well, let me check this out, you know. Let me go on my own YouTube app here and see what's going on. We might not be able to do the stream today, which would be a bummer. But, you know, it is what it is. we've got some mixed indicators here, guys. Some people say lag, some people say no lag. Some people say lag, some people say no lag. I don't know what's going on, but people are saying that the stream is better now. Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Lag and delay. Lag. All right. Okay. It's smooth now. All right. Well, let's talk about this Bitcoin price action here, guys. Let's talk about what's going on with the Bitcoin price, because that's what we really care about here. We don't really care about Sam Bankman-Fried, right? We don't really care about Sam Bankman-Fried. So as we can see, guys, Bitcoin is ranging. We are in a very small range right now, and we've basically been ranging from yesterday when we put in this low right here to the retest of the value area high of the old exchange. And then we came back down to retest the low of the range. We got a rejection toward the high. And now we are heading back down. So let's kind of talk about what exactly we can expect, because yes, things are not too volatile right now. So we're going to start and just kind of get a feel for what is happening here. And we're going to start on like a higher term time frame. Let's start on the 3-day time frame here. On the 3-day time frame, it is becoming more and more clear that we are printing, speaking of, well, never mind. But yeah, we are printing some bearish divergence here as we are coming up to the zone of resistance that we have all been looking at now for months and months and months, which is that $28,000 to $30,000 zone. As we come up to this level, guys, we are absolutely getting bearish divergence on the 3-day time frame. Now, here's what we need to understand. Although we're getting the bearish div on the 3-day time frame, we are still seeing the money flow continuing to get thicker here as time goes on, right? The money flow continues to get thicker as time goes on, which makes me cautiously bullish, right? Cautiously bullish. If we're going to be getting a pullback, it's going to be from around this area. When we look at the 2-day time frame, we are also seeing bearish divergence already confirmed basically 2 days ago, right? On Sunday. And but still on the 2-day time frame, money flow is still getting a little bit higher. Just in general, right? So it's like we can't really tell for certain what's going on the daily time frame. This is where things start to look bad, because on the daily time frame, we're unequivocally printing the upside down Sam Bankman-Fried bearish man boob pattern, where the momentum and the money flow is getting lower as the price is getting higher, just like SBF over here. And so it's like, all right, if we're going to be getting a pullback, we are going to be getting a pullback around this area, and we knew that this was a zone of resistance. Right, we knew this was a zone of resistance. This is one of the... what the heck? I don't know what this is. But this is one of the levels that we were looking for in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. In fact, the exact level of 28,914 was the trade setup that we were looking at. And we did come up exactly to the level of 28,914 right here. 28,914. And we rejected like literally to the dollar. So we understand we're at resistance. We understand we could get a move down here. Personally, for me, I am still hoping for another move to the upside here. I am. We very well may get a pullback, more so of a pullback from here. I'm still being hopeful because of the money flow on those higher term time frames. When we look at the 8-hour, look at the money flow on the 8-hour, getting thicker here as we're about to print a bullish trigger wave. When we look at the 6-hour, we are also seeing, you know, if we don't get a move up very quickly, we're probably going to roll over and see more downside. And so these are pretty. This is what we need to be aware of right now. Okay, in the moment, we are printing basically a pattern like this. All right, what chart is this anyway? This is the ETH chart. We are right now printing a pattern, a bearish pattern, a diamond reversal, and I don't really use diamond reversals to take trades. Like, let me just say this up front. I don't use diamond reversal patterns to actually enter trades, but what I do use them for is I use them for obtaining targets for my next trade, right? So we're breaking down of this diamond reversal pattern, and the way we actually get a target for a diamond reversal pattern is what we're going to do is we're going to take a trend line from the low to right where we start forming the diamond. And then we're going to extrapolate this to the downside. We're going to extrapolate this to the downside. This is the technical target of the breakdown of this diamond pattern. And as you can see, it's coming in right around $24,000, right? 24K, give or take. And this is a very, very key level, and we're going to discuss why. First of all, I would look at this support as a zone, right? Because if we do, let's say, go to like the 2-day, for example, and we just take a look at all the volume that we have traded here since May of last year, which is basically almost a whole year, guys. Can you believe it's been almost a year that we've been trading in this range? That is absolutely crazy. Time goes by so dang quick. But look at this, guys. Look at this, okay? Something I really want to point out is the target of this diamond pattern is a 2-day order block. Okay, it's a 2-day order block right here. We got a 2-day order block coming in right here. A 2-day level at about 24,250, right? So 24,250, we have a 2-day order block right around here, right at the target of the triangle. And in addition to that, if we just look at all the volume that has traded here, we are seeing that we have the high of the range as well, around that 25.3 area, coming in right here, which in my opinion gives us this box, this very key box of support, where if we hold this box, it could be a very, very bullish move back to the upside, right? So I'm not getting overly bearish until we lose this box. We have a 2-day daily order block right around 24,300. And then, of course, we have our good friend, the 200-week moving average, coming in also right around this area. All right, we've got the 200-week moving average, which is... which should be on my chart, and it's not. Maybe, you know what? Maybe my stream is off again. Is my stream off again? What is going on, everybody in here? Is the stream on? Is the stream off? I don't even know anymore. I don't know. But anyway, shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. We have about 600 people in here. Let's see if we can't get 1,000 likes within the first half hour of the stream. We still got another 15 minutes. Yeah, so look, if we're going to hold this, I think we can definitely see another higher high be put in, because the reason why is because we still have what I would consider to be much more important resistance above us, right? Much more important resistance above us than what we have right now, which would be really the value area low of this much larger range up here. I would consider this to be much more important resistance than where we're at right now. And that is going to be coming in at around, is this the daily chart? That is going to be coming in at around like 30K, like right around 29 to 30K, right around this area. So it would not surprise me if we see another high. And of course, as you know, as we've been saying for quite some time here, if we are able to get a move above this $30,000 level, well then, the sky really is the limit, right? The sky really is the limit. If we can get a move above the $30,000 level and actually hold this as support, I'm expecting a big move to the upside. A move that will catch many people off guard, okay? And so locally right now, Bitcoin has been trading in this range that is extremely small, right? All day we've been trading in this range, right? This sideways channel, this range right here, it's actually been respected very, very well. But here's what we need to keep in mind. The level that I'm much so interested in right now is going to be a reclaim of the value area low of this old range that we have broken down from. Because if we can reclaim around 27,000, that opens up the door for more upside here. Okay, but if we can't do that and we break down, that is not too bullish. That is not too bullish. And right now, this does not look too good, right? I mean, honestly, it does look like a consolidation before another move to the downside. We are unable to get a move back up. We could take a look at Cardano. Shout out to Juan Jose for the super chat. Yeah, absolutely. We could take a look at Cardano during the stream. Right, so that is what we need to do. We need to come above 27,077. And let's kind of take a look at what has happened in this range. So the levels are being respected very, very, very much so. Okay, look at what has happened here. After we break down from the range, we find support perfectly on the level that was given in the Casper Crew VIP Discord yesterday morning during the New York Open live stream. We were looking at this level right down here at about 26,555 for a bounce, right? Actually, it was around that area, 26,606, 26.5 to 26.6. We were looking for a chicken's drink water from scalp long zone number 2. That is exactly where we got the bounce, and then we bounce up to where? The value area low of the old range and get a rejection, right? And this has now established a hang on. This has now established for us a local range, and it's actually quite interesting because there's been a battle in this range. This is not your average consolidation. We have seen big players defending this level of support. We have seen some pretty big players defending this level of support. If we take a look at an order flow chart here, look at what has happened when we come down to these lows, right? Let's go to the 15-minute chart. After we put in the low yesterday, which was right down here, this initial low where we took the long, when we came down to put in this higher low right here, and even still as we continue to consolidate in this range, making higher lows, we are seeing very, very bullish CVD divergences form here. We are seeing these lows are being defended. Look at this massive increase of open interest. We are seeing massive amounts of shorts opening up here. And every time we come back down to these lows, we are seeing big players absorbing all this selling pressure that's coming in. So somebody or some buddies are really trying to defend this low right now. And so this is very interesting because we have a lot of people who are committing short right here, right? They're committing to short trades, right? What we're seeing right here as we are consolidating in what could be considered a descending channel or even a triangle, it depends on how you want to draw this thing. We are seeing open interest increase. What this is telling us right here is this is telling us new traders are entering into the market, right? They're entering into the market, opening up new positions. This is not necessarily a low volume consolidation. We're seeing a lot of new players stepping up saying, look, I'm committed to putting my capital up for risk. And this green line right here, this is showing us that the large majority of those traders that are opening up new positions, committing to put up their capital for risk, are shorting, right? So lots of trades opening, lots of shorts opening, yet we're unable to make lower lows. To me, this is telling me that there are whales around here. The bigger players in the market are absorbing these shorts, looking to push the price back up. This is crazy. In fact, this morning, we saw, like, even in this whole little area, we keep printing some very, very bullish CVD divergences. Look at what's happening right now, even very locally. We can just see here, CVD continues to get lower. Open interest continues to get higher. Are we going to break down? If we break down from here, that is going to be very bearish because that means that whoever has been holding up this price by absorbing these shorts has no more money. Is all out of money, right? If we break down from here, whoever's been holding price up has no more money, and those shorts are going to overwhelm whoever is absorbing these shorts, right? This is very interesting stuff. And we do see this happen. That is called leading CVD, right? Where the CVD is leading the direction in which the market is going to go. So if we do break down from here, the next major zone, there's two levels that I'm potentially aware of. I mean, you know, this right here is a level where I think we might be able to get some kind of a CDW potentially. Let's look at the let's go back to the daily level here. Let's go to the 4-hour. What was I looking at here? Yeah, around 26,100 potentially. 26,100 potentially. But if not, then I am going to be looking down to the 25.3 to the 24.2 area. And this, although it's a very big zone, this is going to be crucial support. If we don't hold support here, what that does is it opens us up for much more downside. And the reason why is because I know I understand people get a little confused and they're like, why don't you get bearish until after a big drop? But the reason why I would get so bearish after this big drop is for two reasons. Number one, we can clearly see that this is a massive range, okay? And if we get acceptance back into this old range, then, you know, it's more probable than not that we make our way back down to the low of the range, right? It's more probable than not. So we really need to hold this support resistance flip right here, right? This is a support resistance flip. If this is a true breakout, then we need to come back down and hold what used to be resistance literally since June. It's almost been a year, right? Almost a whole year. What used to be resistance, we need to now hold that as support. And if we're unable to do so, it's probable that we come back down to the value area low of this massive, massive range. Okay, now there are some areas along the way down that we could be aware of, right? First of all, the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement from the low to the high, right? This is a key zone right around a very high volume node, around 20K, retest of 20K. If we're not going to hold that, guys, then I am looking back down to retest the mid 1800s, right? Could be very, very interesting, right? I mean, could be very interesting. And of course, you know, I look at this as an opportunity to buy on spot because, as I've been saying for quite some time, I believe we're at the bottom of the bear cycle. And so if we get a retracement, then yeah, I'm looking down to accumulate. But if we do come down into here, then I am going to be looking for the short trade, honestly. And the way we would look to take the short would be basically we would look for a loss of the level, close the daily candle or two below this. That would be for me confirmation. And then what I would do is I would look to short the retest, preferably confluence of the what used to be like resistance, right? And then once we come back into that resistance, that's where you look to short it back down, right? So that's how I would look to play this. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. We got about 800 people in here. Shout out to everyone in the chat. God bless you guys. Shout out to Aaron G. Shout out to Alon Peled. He says, Dom. Shout out to Side of Clouds. Leading or misleading CBD. Exactly. Misleading CBD. Shout out to All in Crypto. He says, good day, Jason. Good day to you, my friend. Shout out to Eric Toro. He says, my money trend flow indicator tells me the money is flowing away. Okay, well, hey. Money trend says we are flowing away. Are we going to get a short squeeze? I would love to get a short squeeze. I would love to get a short squeeze, right? All those shorts that are opening up down here. Look at this. I mean, even when we go to the 1 minute here, we are still seeing another divergence, like very, very locally, right? Look at this. This is very interesting. I would love to get a short squeeze. I would love to squeeze all these shorts, guys, because I still am in the long from yesterday. I'm still in the long from the low of the range, and I did add to it a little bit this morning, guys. I added to it this morning when we came back down with that first bullish CBD divergence. The reason why I added to it here is because I was for certain thought that we were going to take out these highs, man. I for certain this morning thought we were going to take out these highs, because here's something else. These highs, they look like crap, right? They look like absolute crap. There's so much liquidity that can be taken. All these highs, right? I thought we were going to take them all. We only took a few of them, right? But there's still a lot of liquidity here. And in addition to the liquidity that's up here, we have a 15-minute order block that is just also looking so dang juicy. If the price manages to come up to this area here, right? That would be a beautiful CDW of the local range. And not only CDW of the local range, but also just coming into a clear area of resistance where we have this order block, and also back testing the value area low of the old macro range. So there's a lot of confluence here for a potential short that I'm looking at from around 27,300. If we are going to break down more, right? If we're going to break down more. And we'll have to see what happens, right? Because we know there's a lot of shorts opening up here. And as there's so much liquidity still that can be taken from up here. All these shorts could get totally wrecked I would love to just wreck them. Man, how good would that feel to get one massive, giant, blue candle on the 4 hour, lasting for 4 whole hours. It would be crazy. Okay, so ENG Mateus Gelhen says you're looking at the CVD on ByBit. What about the other exchanges? Right, that's a great question. Well, for me, the other exchanges they do not give as accurate signals as ByBit. You could see CVD bearish and bullish all day on Scamnance, and it will not play out as often as the ByBit CVD does. Yeah, so I only use the ByBit USD CVD, even if I'm trading the linear USD thing, right? You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Kelly Kaiser in the chat. Hope you're blessed, bro. I'm wearing a shirt for you, man. I'm wearing my Market Cipher shirt for you, bro. Shout out to Robert Bonar, man, holding it down with the wrench. Aaron G holding it down with the wrench. Cozy Babe, are you holding it down with the wrench, Cozy Babe? I forget. I can't see who's a mod right now in my streaming software. What is the reason I take a short and a long at the same time? Don't they counter one another? That's a good question as well. No, they don't. They don't counter one another. Here's why. The short and the long have both realized the profit, and the stop losses are both in a place where if the trade gets stopped out, then I have won money on the trade, right? So I've basically taken 2 winning trades, and if the short gets stopped out, the long is still open, which will still be making money, but the short is guaranteed to close in a profit. And same with the long. If the long gets stopped out, it will get stopped out with 100% guaranteed of a profit, but the short will have potential to make more profit. It's called being in a schlong, and it's great for range trading like this, because if you're in a range and you're in a short and a long, you don't know which way the range is going to break. Doesn't really matter, because now you're in a trade. Either way, it will play out nice for you. You know what I'm saying? Now the short trade, I'll be honest with you, I was hoping for a nicer entry, but I got what I could take. The reason why I shorted here, by the way, is because we got a very local CDW of this mini range. Okay, very local CDW of this very mini range, right? Well, if anybody doesn't know what a CDW is, it's a liquidity grab, right? It's a liquidity grab. We were forming right here so much liquidity, and there was a lot of bullish CVD forming here as well. A lot of bullish CVD forming right here. A whole bunch of shorts opening up. Shorts opening up in this range. And as they're opening up in the range, we are now building liquidity that can be taken from these highs. So when we get the fast move up with bearish divergences, which we did have, it's like that's called a chicken's drinking water. Basically a fake out or a liquidity grab. It's a liquidity grab. We stop out all the shorts and then we push the price down, right? Everybody complains, every time I enter a trade, the market maker stops me out. You know, I guess it's Bill Gates. It's Bill Gates. Every time I enter a trade, the market maker stops me out and then they push the price back down. You know, if we could just work on getting new vaccines, we might be able to decrease the population by another 15%. Well, hope that doesn't get me shadow banned. But yeah, that's exactly what happened right here. So that's how I got into the short, and it just so happened to be also into the golden pocket area, which was already tapped, but only the 618. We didn't tap the 0.65. So if we break down from here, you guys know my targets to the downside. To the upside, though, let's get back to a much more important chart right here, okay? This is the chart we all want to look at right here. Oh, man. Okay. Whoopsie daisy. Didn't mean to keep this on the chart here. All right. Yeah, so let's talk about levels to the upside. Let's say we get a massive short squeeze and we just pump up and we keep on pumping. Well, I still, you know, here's where I would be looking to take another short. Here's where I'd be looking to take another short. We have the old range, right? We have the old range right here. We've got our value area high point of control in this zone, okay? Also in this zone, guys, check this out. We've got some more confluences here. We've got ourselves on the daily time frame right in this exact area. We've got 2 daily levels. We got one right here, and we got one right here as well. Okay, we've got one at 27,950 and one at 28,270. Okay, so look at this. Much confluence right here in this box. We have daily levels, high volume node, value area high of the range. In addition to that, y'all, if we take the Fibonacci from the high to the low, right? Look at this. Kabamo. Wow. As if it was just predestined to be. You've literally got a daily level at the golden pocket, at the high volume node, and then at the 786, at the value area high. You also got another daily level. In addition to that, guys, if we come over to Exo charts and take a look at a time price opportunity chart, what else do we have here? Well, we go back in time to yesterday and look at this. We have a naked TPO right there at 27,825. 27,825. Do you mean to tell me that right around this area, I mean, it's a little bit lower, right? But right around this area, we also have a naked time point of control? Yes, it's exactly what I mean to tell you. So there's a lot of confluence right here. And I would say more so the juiciest zone would be around, more so, yeah, I mean, really, we could take it all the way up to the value area high, but we have a lot of juice in this little mini range, I would say, right here. This little mini range that we traded, this little symmetrical triangle that broke down yesterday around that naked time point of control. I would be very interested in looking at this as an area where if we do get a massive pump, we could very well just put in a lower high here and reject from the Fibonacci golden pocket and then get our move back down. And this would actually line up very nicely with this kind of this kind of pattern right here. I mean, this would look very reversey, we could kind of see that happening right there. Bart Simpson-y. And then we could Bart Simpson down to the $25,000 area. So these are some zones I would be looking at to the upside if we get a massive pump. However, we do have to understand, yeah, these are two very juicy areas. I would be shocked if we can't get short scalps from these areas, guys. I'd actually be shocked if we don't get short scalps from these zones, because when you have so much confluence here, I mean, we got to get something from it, right? We got to get something, right? Something. And this too, liquidity grab. Look at all these highs. Not looking so great. Right into the value area high. Right into the 786. Right into the daily level. Right into all these other things that we've got on our chart. Shout out to Hershey in the chat. Shout out to Griggs in the chat. He says, so when you wake up, dude, wait, what are we talking about in the chat here? Are we quoting TV shows? Shout out to Memory Man. Memory Man in the chat. Wow, Memory Man. Good to see you here, bro. A real OG, man. Memory Man's been around here for a while. It's really good to see you here, man. Should I make some homesteading content, guys? Should I make some homesteading content? I really wanted to do it. The problem is, guys, when I'm out there, it's a lot of work. And then to think about setting up the dang camera and dealing with batteries and camera angles, it's tough. But I'm going to try and incorporate some stuff into my videos, right? Into my videos. All right. What are the benefits of trading with two accounts? There are benefits of trading with multiple accounts, and I recommend trading with multiple accounts because if you are able to trade with multiple accounts, you can enter multiple positions for the same asset. And you can counter trade yourself, and you can, I don't know how to explain it. It's like you can get into positions, right? I'm in multiple positions right now. I'm in 2 short trades. I'm in 3 long trades on Bitcoin. And so whatever happens, I'm good, right? If it dumps, if it pumps, I could get stoked, I could get excited, I can take profits, right? That's the benefit of trading on multiple accounts. So yeah, I recommend it very much. Also, you can be in a swing trade, and then you can be scalping against your swing trade. Or you could be trading a local range, not knowing which way the range is going to break out, and you could take a long, take a short, and you can only do that if you're trading inverse perpetual. BTC USD inverse perpetual, you can only do that from multiple accounts. All right. How to kill a chicken? Okay, I'll do a video on how to kill a chicken. It's so dang easy, man. You know, first you gotta pet the chicken. You gotta tell it everything's gonna be okay in a second. Then just hang it upside down by the feet, you know. You could get one of those cones, stick it in, put the head through. Make sure you have a very, very sharp knife, and then just... and it'll bleed out real quick. It doesn't even hurt. Yeah, we got the pump song coming on right during this bullish absorption. All right, yeah, let's check out what's happening in the order book here. Shout out to Divine Hood. Let's go back to the order book. And let's see what's happening here. Gonna go to, whoa! Okay, this is crazy, guys. We have just had the craziest decrease of open interest here. Wow. And this is actually now forming very locally a, can we look for super short time frames breakout soon? Shout out to Slacky for the super chat. Well, you know, I was kind of expecting a breakout, but now, very locally, this is a bearish divergence here, but on a decrease of open interest. Let's take a look at EXO to see if we can dissect what exactly has happened here. Shout out to Slacky for the super chat. Okay, so we have had a lot of shorts just close their positions. Wow. It's pretty much everybody that has shorted from all the way back here is now out of their trade. Interesting. That is very interesting. What that means, guys, is that we've been building kind of like this very bullish divergence here. But now a lot of those shorts that were opening to create that divergence are now out of their trades, which has caused CVD to come up like a lot. We're not seeing too many longs opening here, so I don't really know what's going to happen. This is interesting. That's actually less fuel for upside right now. But in general, we still see across this large range, the bullish divergence is in fact still there. So, but locally, it's not as powerful, right? So interesting. So interesting. Let's see what is going to happen here. If we get some longs stepping in now, we might really be able to push up here. Let's go down to a trend reversal chart. How's the volume looking? Man, this is not looking too great here. Let's check out the volume. Volume's pretty dang low. I don't know what's going to happen. I do not know what's going to happen. So we're just going to have to wait it out here. And we're going to have to see which trade is going to win out, guys. Is it going to be the long or the short? I'm rooting for the long right now. Shout out to Wolf Boy. SPX is dumping? Really? Alright. That's not so great. Alright, let's check out some other assets while we wait on the corn to dump or pump here. One of these days, guys, we're gonna have to sing the pump song again. It's been a while. Let's take a look at XRP, which is going crazy. Wait, we have to take a look at ADA first. We have to take a look at ADA first. Alright, so Cardano, guys, it is getting the bounce from the Fibonacci Golden Pocket. Confluence with the local value area low. Right? That's exactly what's happening here. I would say, for me, like, as far as, like, swing trades go, this is the weekly, that the buy opportunity would have been down here at the golden pocket, the value area low of this local range high volume node. Whoa, hang on, let me make sure this music is not copywritten here. Nah, we're good. This is my jam though. Yeah, so I would be looking at the next major resistance for Cardano to be, I mean, I know this is far away, right? But it's true. And this is log scale, but the next major resistance for Cardano is probably going to be around this high volume node. I wouldn't really look to take a short here because we're shorting literally in the middle of the range. There is the confluence with the 786. So if we do start to get a pullback here, I would look for a buy. I would look to long it if we get a pullback, right? The reason why I wouldn't look to long it before we put in a higher high here is because I think it's very important that we change market structure. That's the thing about Cardano, is we haven't really officially changed market structure on the weekly time frame. Until we close a candle above this high, we're still technically in, you could consider macro bearish market structure on the weekly, right? High, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? We still haven't taken out this high. And I know you could consider this to be the previous high, but I would want to locally, when I say locally, I guess I mean internally, after this first low is put in, I want to put in a high, I want to put in a higher low, and then I want to put in another higher high to confirm that yes, this indeed is a trend with higher lows and higher highs on the weekly officially. And once we do that, then I would be looking now for another pullback. This opportunity is missed, and so let's see where we top out. Major resistance is going to be around 51 to 53 cents. And that is just a very key zone. We don't have a lot of history because this is ByBit here. But that is a very key zone. Let's see if we can't go to Binance real quick for ADA. Good old Binance. Now, I know this looks crazy, guys. Let me explain myself here. This is actually like a legitimate plan that I have for Cardano, okay? My target for Cardano is a $5 Cardano in the next bull run. And so accumulating underneath this very important support resistance flip, the previous bull market all-time high, and then this, basically anything under here, I'm looking to super accumulate, right? Cardano. And this is log scale, right? This is log scale. So when we turn it off log scale, this looks much more legit, right? We're looking at a 1,000% increase, and this is a 12 to 1 risk reward on Cardano. And I think that a $5 Cardano is a realistic target. I think it's a very realistic target for the next few years, right? So we are breaking out of this trend line here. This to me is accumulation zone. And again, like now I'm getting off topic, but this is like my macro, like long-term Cardano HODL plan right here. Right? This is my macro long-term Cardano HODL plan. Macro long-term Cardano HODL plan. But going back to the weekly and talking about where I would like to see another opportunity to buy is this. All right, so let's put this back on log. If we put in another higher high here, and let's look at the range that we've got. Yeah, so at least to here, right? At least to here. But major resistance is going to be around the 53 cent area, right? The 53 cent area. And if we just take this back, this 53 cent area, it's actually nothing, you know? What do you know? It's literally nothing. I thought it was a key support resistance flip from the past, but it's not, guys. It's not. It's not at all. But it's still a key level of resistance because it's a value area high. Now, when we're looking at this, right, along the way down here, I do have to say that all these highs, they look like they are just begging to get taken out. Right? They look like they're just begging to get taken out. And so when we're talking about that, then I would think a real opportunity to short Cardano and then get into a juicy swing long would be a retest of these old highs, this support resistance flip at 74 cents. Now this is way down the road. Okay, this is like swing trading, like planning. But look at how this would work. Okay, we know that there's a lot of liquidity here to be taken, and we also know that when we take this final high, we're going to be smashing right into a massive support resistance flip right here. What that means is if we do something like this, we'll probably get a rejection from there, most likely. Like, I'd say much higher probability than not that we get the rejection. We see this happen with assets all the time, in which case then this would open up the opportunity for us to get into what I would consider to be a massive trade, a massive opportunity of the bull market, basically, right? If we get something like this, check it out. We come back down, golden pocket Fibonacci retest right on this crazy support, resistance. We come back down for the retest, golden pocket, boom. That would be my juiciest idea for Cardano as we head into this bull market. And keep in mind, guys, when I say bull market, I really mean now that the bear market's over, we can really be looking for good opportunities to accumulate and hold coins far into the future. Now, this is the weekly time frame, right? So this could take us another, who knows? Like right now, we're looking at 100 days potentially. So, this is not tomorrow, right? This is not tomorrow. We're talking like half a year or more. So we're talking, the halving's only a year away. So we're talking half a year before the halving, the Bitcoin halving, when we're looking to potentially take this long trade here, right? But that's kind of how we have to plan ahead. That's how we have to plan ahead, because then we're not caught off guard. A lot of people, when they see Cardano is pumping like crazy, I guarantee a whole bunch of people are going to be longing up here, saying, "Oh my gosh!" But look, we need to grab the liquidity. We need to get a pullback. We need to shake out the weak hands. Then we need to pump. That's what has to happen here. All right. Triple 1 hour bullish divergence, wipe out the shorts first. Are we talking about Cardano? I mean, I'm looking at the weekly time frame, right? What's the benefit of using log scale over normal scale? You can see things better on higher time frames. That's really it. The fibs are going to be different as well, and so will the trend lines be. I typically like to use linear, but log is good if you are doing high time frame analysis. And you'll notice those trend lines are respected on the log scale when you're dealing with high time frame analysis. Like, yeah, for example, I mean, look at this that we got going on here, right? If we turn this thing off log, that trend line is not at all respected, right? It looks like nothing. It looks like what the heck is even going on here? But we put it on log, we can see, okay, we've got a pretty clear descending wedge with a breakout, right? And this lower trend line is being respected, the upper trend line also being respected. So that's really the only benefit, is just it helps you see things better. Me 2 years ago, not selling Cardano, wait until $8, it went well. Well, it still might go well, Andre. It still might go well for you. I'll be honest with you. I am still holding a lot of Cardano that I bought in 2017. I'm holding a lot of Cardano. So, yeah, I sold a little bit around $3, but I'm holding a lot of Cardano still. I hodled it down, man. So, look, these types of things, I think that it depends on your goal, right? I mean, what's the time frame for realizing profits? Are you even going to want to realize your profits? I mean, people sold Bitcoin at $100 thinking that they just like made out amazing, right? You always hear the stories that people bought Bitcoin at like, $5, sold it at 100, thought they were geniuses. Maybe you selling at 350 would have been like selling Bitcoin at 100. Like, you don't know. Cardano, if you listen to Crypto Crow, Cardano's going to be the next big thing. All the cool kids are going to be into it. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Christopher. Oh, yo, what's going on, Christopher? It's good to see you, man. He says 2-hour lower wave red dot. Let's check that out. Is this on Bitcoin, man? Check out the 2-hour on Bitcoin. Yeesh. This isn't looking so bullish, is it, guys, for Bitcoin? Not on Market Cipher. We got money flow coming out on the 2-hour, and we've got a red dot. It's looking a little bit bearish. Let's check out the 1-hour. Money flow is getting lower on the 1-hour, but we are printing what appears to be the pig nipplets, right? The pig nipple divergences, where just like the pig's nipples get higher and higher, the market cipher divergences are also getting higher and higher. Like these little pig nipplets, the little piglets come and they suckle the milk from the nipplets, and that milk, that pig milk, guys, it's full of nutrition. It will absolutely cause massive gains on the Bitcoin price. But yeah, not looking the best for the longs. Moonbear's been holding Bitcoin since 2017. I have too. I mean, that's the thing, but I sold a lot of it. I did sell. I've sold a lot of Bitcoin and I've hodled a lot of Bitcoin, but I hold more Bitcoin on spot now than I've ever had in my life. I've been irresponsibly accumulating Bitcoin below 20K, irresponsibly, and I've been buying Bitcoin since 47K. All right, since 47K, I've been buying on spot, and under 20K, I've been buying aggressively. I had a limit order on Coinbase at 15.5. I could say that I bought the exact bottom. I can actually say that I bought the exact bottom, and I can also say that I longed literally the exact bottom, which is crazy. But this was the setup given in the Casper crew from 15,450. Where we were basically, after we put in that first low, we were looking for a CDW. We got it. So I am kind of proud to say that I longed and bought the exact bottom. I had a spot order filled on Coinbase, and I took this long on ByBit. So crazy, man. That is crazy. That actually is crazy. Now that I think about that, that is crazy. I can't say I shorted the exact top. Boyan can say he shorted literally the exact top. I think he still has the short open. But yeah. Will we get the dump in a few hours? Wondering if it's safe to sleep. I mean, look, man, if you're in a trade, Machu Picchu, I mean, you got to make sure you take profits, and you got to make sure that you have your stop loss at your entry. And then whatever happens, happens, man. Whatever happens, happens, right? So, for me, that's what I've done, right? I'm in some positions. I've made sure I'm in a safe position. I'm in a safe place here, right? I've got my long and my short. My stop losses are not exactly at my entry, but if they get stopped out, I will be in profit on both of these positions. Yeah, that's the way to do it, guys. No stop loss on long risk on, baby. Okay, yeah, that's dangerous stuff. Do I still trade on MEXC? Yes, I do. In fact, I've got a juicy long trade open on MEXC right now from about 20,100. And I also have zero limit fees on MEXC. Guys, I have zero limit fees on ByBit, zero limit fees on MEXC if you use my affiliate links. If you deposit $100 on ByBit, you get a month free of the Crypto Fusion trading bot. We've got the courses. We got the Learn to Trade course. We got the ExoCharts course. And if you click the trading bot link, this will tell you everything you need to know about the trading bot, how to use it. Basically, you set it up. It can trade your plans for you, right? You want to long a certain level with certain confirmations. You set it up, the bot longs the level for you, it takes profit automatically for you, it moves the stop loss to the entry for you. It can use any indicator in TradingView, and we've got some juicy custom indicators that we're working on. We've got a community as well in there that's just strategizing and coming up with good stuff. Right now it only works for ByBit, but it's we got a whole wiki that tells you how to use it as well. So yeah, check it out, guys, if you're interested. It's pretty cool, actually. But shout out to Dave Digital holding it down in the chat, man. Hey, L888 also longed the exact bottom of Bitcoin. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Is my logo an NFT? My logo was never an NFT. If I said it was, I think I was just joking. Can I explain the upper level of Bitcoin I have marked out? Yeah. This upper level of Bitcoin I have marked out is the value area high of the range. So Bitcoin will be considered overbought if we come into this area. It's also the 786 Fibonacci. It's also a daily level of resistance, right? So these would be the two major zones of resistance that I would be interested in if we happen to pump. Let's see what's happening here. Back on the order flow chart. Oh man, I mean, nothing really too much is happening. We had a very large drop in open interest. And man, it's just nothing's really happening now. I was hoping we would get some kind of a short squeeze during this stream, to be honest with you guys. Perhaps we will. How to grow a $100 account fast? Well, the truth is, this is the truth. If you want to grow a $100 account fast, the only way to do it is to gamble, right? But if you want to grow it slow and steady, which will eventually grow it if you let it compound, then you got to do it just the same way that that you would do it with a big account. See, here's now a problem. If you can scalp, you can grow an account much faster than if you're a swing trader. The problem is, swing trading is a lot easier than scalping, right? So it's easier to get wrecked scalping if you don't know what you're doing. But what makes scalps so good for growing a small account fast is when you're scalping, you're looking for an exact level, right? An exact level to take a trade from. So for example, right, let's say that you were looking to take a scalp from like an exact level, right? What this allows you to do is it allows you to put a lot of money on a trade, and your stop loss has to, because there's literally an exact level that you're looking at. You could be entering a trade with like 0.1% stop loss, right? Which then basically means even if it's a small trade, even if you're only going for like not even a 1% move, right? Not even a 1% move, you're still making 7 times more reward than you are risk. If you have $100 and you can only risk $1 per trade, which is the responsible thing to do, only risking 1% per trade, technically you could 8x leverage, and this is to account for fees. You could 8x leverage your whole account, put $800 on the trade while only risking $1, including the fees, right? But you'll now be making, you're risking only $1 if you get stopped out, right? But you're now going to make profit on $800 instead of $100. So that's scalping is definitely, if you can do it, the best way to grow an account, a small account. But you have to be spot on and really know what you're doing, because you can get sliced up very easily. Death by 1,000 cuts trying to scalp if you are new to trading. And I'm assuming if you only have $100 that you're new to trading. So, you know, that's the only non-financial advice I can give. Eric Woodward, what's your confirmation? How would you confirm that? So the way I do it is there's two ways, okay? If you see that price is coming down to your level, right? Let's say price is coming down and you know your level's here. You can, and I do this, right? Let's say that your level is a golden pocket, right? Let's say it's a golden pocket, right? You're expecting a bounce from the golden pocket, okay? So you could set a limit order here and put the stop loss right here, all right? You could do that. If you're expecting a bounce from the exact level, which for scalping, a lot of times you get the bounce from the exact level, right? You can do that. But you have to see, basically, as price is coming down there, do you see the divergences forming as price is coming down? Because if the answer is yes, then you can do that. If the answer is no, I don't know. That's not a good idea, right? I do. You're right. I do. Low leverage is easier to grow an account over a few months, but high leverage will get you there in a matter of days. Yeah, well, Chicken Nugget, like, here's the thing, like, it's not about the leverage, actually. It's not about the leverage. It's about the position size, right? It's about the position size. It's not about leverage. If you're growing an account fast because you're using leverage, that is gambling. You'll probably get wrecked eventually doing it. Although, you know, I've done it before, right? I did it during World Series of Trading where I took a $500 account and pretty much just, you know, 60x leverage the whole account on every trade. And I didn't take very many trades either. I waited for the real juicy ones. And I made some crazy percent on the account. I forget exactly, hundreds of percent, you know. But here's the thing, right? Maybe we're about to get a Bitcoin pump. I hope so. But leverage really, there's two main reasons to use leverage. Reason number one is because you're not keeping all your capital on your account. You're spread out over multiple accounts, or keeps them off the exchange altogether. Two is the scenario that I just gave you, where, like, you know, the way you calculate position size is how far away is your stop loss. You should be risking the same amount every trade you take. Every trade you take. You know what I'm saying? You should be risking the same amount. So whether or not you need a 1% stop loss or a 0.1% stop loss, when that trade gets stopped out, you should only be risking 1% of your account. What that means is, if you have a stop loss that's less than 1%, this now allows you to put more money than you have on the trade and still be risking 1% if you get stopped out, right? That's another tool where, that's another scenario where leverage is useful, right? Because again, if you only need a 0.1% stop loss, technically you could 10x leverage. If there were no fees, you could 10x leverage your whole account. And when you get stopped out, if you have a $100 account, you only lose $1. By 10x leverage your whole account. Most people say, oh my goodness, that's so irresponsible. But it's not, because your stop loss is allowing you to only lose 1%. Now, if your stop loss is a 1% stop loss, right? Say if your stop loss needs to be 1%. Now, if you have $100, you can only put $100 on your account instead of $1,000. You get what I'm saying? If your stop loss has to be 2%, now you can only put $50 onto the trade instead of $100 or even $1,000. So it's like your position size is determined by how far away your stop loss is and how much you want to risk per trade. Right? So that's very, very, very important. It doesn't matter how. So that's why swing trading takes longer to make money, because if I'm swing trading and I have a swing trade plan, and it's like, okay, you know, we're hopping onto the daily time frame, let's say, and my swing trading idea is I'm taking this short right here, right? I'm taking this short here, and my invalidation point is above the high, right? Because let's just say, for example, I say, okay, we made a lower low locally, whatever. I have some reason for it, right? Well, if I need an 8% stop loss and I only have $100, I have to put a very small amount of money onto the trade, right? I have to put a very small amount of money onto that trade. And I might be making a lot of money if my take profit is hit, right? If my take profit is hit. But we got to think, right? If I'm risking $1, if I have $100, that means I can only lose $1 after an 8% move against me. Imagine how small that is, right? So in this instance, we're risking $1 to potentially make $5. And it's on this massive move, right? Massive move. We're risking $1 to make $5. But if I have a very, very tight stop loss, let's say now my stop loss only needs to be, again, 0.1%. Now, this is crazy. I'm risking $1 to make $150, right? It's basically the same trading idea, but because I got a better entry, because I had a ninja entry now, instead of making $5 on such a big move, I'm making $150, right? I hope that makes sense to people. But this is all part of risk management, guys. It's all part of risk management. Am I using Bitget to long short? No, this is ByBit, but I do have a Bitget account. I haven't used it in a while though. How did I enter this trade? Okay, yeah. So the long trade. I didn't actually enter this long trade. I compounded a long trade that I took yesterday. So I was originally long. If you saw my live stream yesterday, from the setup we gave yesterday during the New York Open live stream in the Casper crew, we were looking to take a long from down here, okay? And we had a level down here and a plan for that. But then this morning, when we came down here with bullish CVD, I decided to add to the position. And I added just enough so that my entry was on the exact low, right? So I didn't actually take that trade, but yesterday, I had a better entry down here. My entry was somewhere, I think it was pretty good, guys. I think it was like 520 or something like this, right? I think it was like 520. So there have been a few times where I've longed or shorted the exact level, you know. It's been a few times. Shout out to Divine Hood. The number one thing the VIP Discord has done is help with risk management. Yeah, that's the best way. If I were to trade with 10 million, would I enter it the same way I do now? Yep. Yes, I would. Nothing would change. Nothing would change. Shout out to Rootvic. He's new here. How are you, man? I'm pretty good. Thanks for asking. Hey, Jay, can you tell if it's worth to keep the position open for more than a few days and keep paying the funding fees? I mean, I think it is. I've never had funding fees eat into my profits, guys. I've never had it. I've held positions for months. All right, we're starting to potentially build some local bullish CVD, but not really. It's looking kind of lame here. Do I adjust the stop loss when it's about to hit? No, MEXC, you don't. Like, that's the thing. If you adjust the stop loss when it's about to hit, that's a one-way ticket to Wreck City. That's another reason why using high leverage is advantageous, because you can't play that game if you're in a 75x leverage trade. You know, once you're liquidated, because you're entering with the same position size, whether you're using 1x or 75x, right? So if you're using high leverage with the responsible position size, you can't play that stop loss game. That stop loss game has lost me more money than it's ever made me, I'll tell you, because most of the time, it's not just going to take out the lows in CDW, right? Let's say your stop loss is below the low, right? And you tell yourself, we're just going to get a fake out and then pump more. It'll only get a fake out and pump more if you're not long. If you're long, it'll 100% keep dumping, right? So, you know what it is. It's just like how the molecular energy and the quantum mechanics of you pushing that buy button at the top makes the price dump, right? It's like the quantum effect somehow in the creation of you hitting the long button right here initiates the dump, right? There's some kind of weird thing that happens. It's the same thing. If you're in a long trade and you move your stop loss down, 100% going to dump, right? A 50-50 shot, whether price will go up or down, But if you're long, 100% shot it's going to go down if you move that stop loss, right? It totally changes the odds and the probabilities. Shout out to Priax, who says, I've tried what Jason's teaching. It really works. I've made almost 14% of my capital this month so far. Got a lot more to learn. Thank you so much, Jason. Love you. Man, God bless you. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Well, you know what? It's been a great stream. Got to head out. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure to like the stream on your way out, guys. It really helps out the algorithm. It really helps it out. We got about 900 people in here, only about 500 likes. Let's see if we can't get everyone to like the video. And guys, may the Lord bless you all. May He protect you all. May He shine light upon you. May He have grace upon you. May He turn His face towards you and give you wholeness. In the name of Jesus the Messiah. And I'll see everybody in the next stream. Peace.